Let's get some price picks in today, guys. Last night's slip went 2-6, as you could see right here, on a bit of a cold run, honestly. But just before this run, I was literally hitting at like a 65-70% rate. You could go check the run in the previous videos. It's been a bit slow, but as you guys know, I'll always be recapping the slips every single day. Whether a slip goes 0-6 or 6 for 6, I recap my YouTube slips every single day. And the Discord slips are also recapped in this spreadsheet every single day. For example, last night we went up 4.2 units. On Monday and Tuesday, we went down about 5.8 units combined. This is also fully public in the description. Second link, as always. I love when people call me a scammer. There was a guy in yesterday's comments. If you're watching this, bro, go and check the Discord spreadsheet. I track every single day since he started Discord. Discord launched November 20th, 2023. We're up 545 units since that time. I'm probably the only YouTuber that actually publicly tracks their bets that people are actually paying for in the Discord and has a chart showing how profits are going up over time. Probably the only one that does this. Everything is completely public. So getting onto the board today, and hopefully we could turn the luck around, guys. You know I was hot last week. Let's try to get that hot streak once again. I'm going to start off in the MLB going with a regular hits runs RBI prop as well as a demon prop, similar to what I did last night with the Nationals. And in that video, I also recommended doing it with the Dodgers last night. I said you could take Freddie Freeman's demon prop with Shohei Ohtani's hits runs RBI. In this case, I went with Max Muncy, but similar concept, just two players from the same team. In this case, the Dodgers. They both hit their hits runs RBI props. So I'm showing you guys the strategy here. The strategy behind how to win matters way more than the random YouTube picks I'm giving you in these videos. Honestly, you want to be learning how to create the slips for yourself so you could play a high volume of slips. And just for context, I hit two 4Xs last night with the same strategy and then a 10X here. And we played 15 slips in a Discord. So that's where that profit of 4.2 units comes from when I say that, because you get 4x, 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 that's 8 units back. You also get a 10x, which is 18 units, and then a couple 0.4x's for a profit of 4.2 units on 15 slips. So when I'm showing one slip in the video, it's more about the method behind how I'm creating the slip, so you guys could go and create more, or you could just join a Discord and I could feed you guys more. But the thing is, these are 6-man, so they're extremely hard to hit if I'm only giving one pick in a YouTube video. So you really want to be playing a volume of slips so you can get a higher probability of actually cashing that 38x and making that profit. So the slip I'm going with tonight, I'm going to go with Gleyber Torres on his over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. And then we're going to go to Rizzo and grab his demon prop here on the over 1.5 hits, runs, RBI. Exact same concept as I've explained in so many previous videos. You want to grab hits, runs, RBIs from guys in the same team and check that they are close to each other in the lineup. So you can see here Rizzo is playing at that 5th batting position with Torres at that 6th. At least this is the expected lineup. Hopefully they're both playing and there's no DNPs. Just for example, you want to take guys kind of close to each other, at least 1 to 2 batters off each other, maybe even 3. And again, that's exactly what I did last night here with Muncy and Freeman. I'm just applying it to the Yankees tonight, and you can apply this to every single team in the MLB. It works exactly the same. Just get guys near each other in the batting lineup. Moving on, we're going to the NBA, and I'm going to be taking 2 unders tonight. The first one is going to be on Banchero on his under 5.5 assists. He has not hit this yet this series. You can see clocked in 3 assists last game and 5 assists the previous one. If we check the season stats here, you can see these are the 2 playoff games, and all the other games versus Cleveland, he only hit this once. He got 6 assists in this one game on Jan 22nd. The rest of the games he stayed under and only got 4 assists, and 1 assist. He's averaging under 5 assists versus Cleveland. And honestly, this general matchup of Orlando versus Cleveland is super slow pace. I mean, just look at these games. They haven't even touched 200 points in the 2 games this series. You can see in the regular season games, they did clear that 200 total, even got all the way up to like 225 and stuff. But in the playoffs, the pace has been much slower. All these games are like 200 totals, and something like the Pacers versus Bucks, which in the regular season would be like a 240 total, is only set at 221. Of course, the tighter the defense and the harder these teams are playing, there's going to be less buckets. And honestly, these 2 teams here have not been shooting well. So I love the fact that it's been super slow pace, giving Banchero less opportunity for assists. And we're going to actually be stacking up with another player from Orlando. That's going to be Wagner on his under 29.5 points, rebounds, and assists. This is another prop that he has not hit. He got 27 and 28. So he's been getting close, but he's staying right under that 29.5 points here on assists. I know tonight is a bit different, Orlando Magic at home. It's kind of a must-win game. They're down 2-0 in the series. But being at home is not going to change the overall pace of this matchup because it has been slow pace and the total is still projected to be low. On top of that, if we check Wagner's stats here, like I said, he has not cleared this in the past 2 games. He's been getting close, and then overall in the season, he only cleared it in this one game where Orlando scored 104 points. He dropped 19, 8, and 4, and in this game, he got close again, 29, so hooking right under, and that was on 41 minutes, so that is kind of a comparable game to what you could expect tonight. And this was an 111-point game for Orlando. They're probably getting around 100 points tonight. So the less points, of course, less opportunity for points, rebounds, and assists. So I'm loving the stack on Banchero under assists and Wagner under 29.5 PRA. The one thing, guys, I normally like taking the under points or points, rebounds, assists on players that are heavily assisted, especially when I'm grabbing an assister on the same team. But in Wagner's case, he's not heavily assisted. See, only about 48.5% of his field goals made are assisted. So I'm tacking on the rebounds and assists and just hoping for an overall slower pace game for both of these guys to go under together. Moving on, I'm going to go with a popular pick, and it's not going to be Jared Allen. Honestly, on Jared Allen's rebounds, I would probably lean towards the under. That is where the juice is on the sports books, but that's not the pick I'm going with. It's actually Josh Hart on his over 13.5 points. I think it's a great pick. I know everyone is on it. He got 21 points last game and he got 22 points in the first game. And honestly, this guy just plays so many minutes. If you go and check his game logs here, he's dropped 48 minutes, 42 minutes, and he averages like 40 minutes on the season. Versus Philly, in the 5 games that he started, he cleared this line very easily. You could see 18 points, 20 points, 22, and 21. So averaging about 20 points versus Philly this season. And the game he didn't start, he actually only got 30 minutes and still dropped 10 points. Imagine if you scale this game where he didn't start from 30 to 40 minutes, he would probably have dropped that 14 points very easily. I know everyone's loving this prop, and if we actually check the juice on the sports books, you're going to see that Josh Hart points at 13.5 does have juice towards that over, so it's a good positive EV pick on itself. Juice to minus 130 compared to his under that is plus 100. If we check Pinnacle, for example, you can see he also has juice towards the over 13.5 all the way up at minus 135. And just earlier, I actually saw this prop was at 14.5 on other sports books too. So we're definitely getting some good value on Prizepicks. Let's ride Josh Hart's 13.5 points and see if we can get it done once again. Now for the last pick, we're also going to be going from this Philly game. And there's 2 options to go with. Honestly, I like both of them. There's Maxey on his over 26.5 points. Again, another player who's absolutely crushed this line in the past 2 games. Kind of similar to Josh Hart. Looks like he's popular too, so I'm guessing a lot of people are also on his over 26.5 points. There's also his over 42.5 fantasy score. That's looking good. If I show you on RotoWire, he's set at a projection of 43.82 fantasy points. We get him at 42.5. So you're getting an edge there on the fantasy score, at least in terms of projections. So either of these are good bets, but there's also Joel Embiid, which I like on his over 31.5 points. And we could see again, he cleared this in the second game, but did not clear in the first one. But I still think it's a good prop. It's kind of a must-win game for the Sixers tonight, especially at home. So Embiid's definitely a great prop to go with. You're going to see the fantasy score. He hasn't cleared this in the past 2 games. But again, if we check the projections on his fantasy score, he is projected to go slightly over that here at 58.78, at least in terms of RotoWire projections. So that is also a good prop. So you got Embiid or Maxey under over points or fantasy scores. I'm going to personally go with the juice, and the juice is heavier on Embiid. I'll show you here on Pinnacle once again. Minus 142 juice on Embiid's over 31.5 points. I could see this getting bumped to 32 on Prizepicks. And if we go and check Maxey, he's juiced to minus 133. So the higher the minus, the more likely it is to occur, meaning Embiid's over is more likely to occur in this case. That being said, if Embiid ends up getting bumped to 32, definitely go with Maxey's 26.5 if that one is not bumped yet. But what you could also do instead of taking Embiid or Josh Hart is grab one of these glizzies here in the MLB. You can't grab Nestor Cortez because you're going to get a payout shift because we already have Yankees players on the lineup. But if you see this before 4 p.m. Eastern time, you could grab Yamamoto's over 4.5 pitcher strikeouts on this discounted prop. That's going to be better than either Hart or Embiid, whatever one you're liking less. But Yamamoto is at minus 280 for 5 strikeouts on the sportsbooks. Remember, higher the minus, more likely it is to occur. So this is much more likely to occur than any prop in this specific lineup. So you could kind of replace it with anyone. Anyways, I'm not going to be taking the discount props because I'm heavily limited on those. And a lot of people in my Discord are. So we're going to go with Embiid on his over 31.5 points. This is going to be the full slip. Let's see if we could turn the luck around tonight.